Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. Shout out to the whole LDBC. So it appears that Erislandy Lara decided to try something different in this fight camp. It looks like that, instead of being on the side of Ronnie Shields or having Ronnie Shields in the corner, and going into training camp with Ronnie Shields, it looks like he's going to opt for the Cuban trainer Ismael Salas, from the look of it and from his Instagram page that I've been looking at. So, in my thought of that is, I think what it is that he what I think he wants to do is he wants to basically maybe maybe go back to the basics. Maybe he wants to just like touch back onto the fundamentals, because the one thing that Ismael Salas specializes in is like the fundamentals, the basics of boxing. You know what I mean? He's currently the trainer of your Dennis Ugas, so that's a pretty good look. And considering that Lara's fight is at the end of this month, it probably was done so he can get a little bit of work in with Ugas as well. Well, Ugas fights this weekend on that Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman card. So, I think the work's already been done for him. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see what that brings. I don't know if it's a permanent switch, and who knows, maybe he has some, maybe he has an agreement with Ronnie Shields that he said, okay, I'm gonna just be with him this fight camp. I want to take my fight camp to Las Vegas this time around. And perhaps Ronnie Shields had other obligations for another fighter, considering that F.A. Ajagba was getting ready for this fight that he's going to be in on the same card as Ugas, on that Thurman Pacquiao card. So I just wanted to make a video about this due to the simple fact, just due to the fact that this is one of the less talked about fights. I mean, I guess you can say that it's a fight that's not really on people's radar, due to the simple fact that many people think that Erislandy Lara is over the hill and Erislandy Lara's legs are pretty much gone now. But we just have to see. Styles make fights. I don't know how this Ramon Alvarez guy really fights, but what I do know is that he is the brother of Canelo Alvarez. Now, he's the older brother of Canelo Alvarez. So, what I will say is that we just gotta see what happens. We gotta see what Erislandy Lara looks like, in this fight. And we gotta see if Erislandy Lara, if he decides that he wants to be more aggressive in the fight, if he wants to push the tempo and possibly go for the gusto. But who knows? Erislandy Lara, we already know that he's a master boxer, and he's more comfortable just outpointing you. We know that about Erislandy Lara for the most part. But, who knows? Since Erislandy Lara, puts the issue before in this last fight, maybe Erislandy Lara will feel obligated in this fight to, push the issue as well. So that's just a short video about it. Personally, I still think Erislandy Lara, he indeed is, father time does catch up to you. But Erislandy Lara, maybe he has a couple of fights left in him and a couple of high quality fights in him. Personally, I think the most damage he took was in that Herd fight. That was that was a big time fight, man. That was wow. I still remember that fight, man. The Herd fight was really something else, man. He took some damage in that fight, but he was a warrior. He went through the fire, and definitely, that I think that fight was one of the X factors, which kind of took some mileage off of him, because that affair was I'm still remembering. It was like a real toe-to-toe affair. So, let's just see what happens. I'm still looking forward to seeing him fight. Now, it's for a Fool's Gold's belt. Don't get me wrong. It's for an interim title. I think WBA interim title. But I guess that little Fool's Gold belt will give him some, how should I put it? Will give him some leverage, We'll give him a little leverage, and possibly to get back into the swing of things at 154, So possibly some people can, maybe try to knock on this door and see what's going to occur, So with that being said, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this move. Let me know if you think Ismael Salas is going to, change the guard on Lara. Maybe add some more aggressiveness, and maybe add some more mid-range, close-range fighting, because that's what he did with Ugas. Ugas, with Ugas, he's, I guess you can say, he still has the Cuban style of boxing, but he has a different layer of the Cuban boxing style, where he is fundamentally sound, but he mostly fights from mid-range. That's what's different about him. But he still, beats you off the counter and does things like that. But anyhow, leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Fuller signing out. Inshallah.